What is up, YouTube? Soup here, coming at you guys with a little tutorial, a few tutorials actually. It's gonna be a series of tutorials on some overall C4D things. I know there's a lot of confusion about the actual program itself, so I'm just gonna try to help you guys explore kind of what it is. This is gonna be a series of videos. It's gonna start with just the basics of it. What a version of Cinema 4D I use. Cinema 4D, it is R14 Studio 32-bit. So that's the version I'm going to use. So I recommend that you get the most updated one, obviously, because that's going to have the most features and whatnot in it, and it's going to look the most similar to this, and it's going to be easier to find everything. So this program is pretty complicated. So I'm just going to try to give like what you really are going to need to be using if you're not going for anything like super crazy, complicated, and difficult to do. First thing, obviously in the file area, there's new, open, merge. Merge will put a project in, so say I wanted to put a different C4D project in here, like the skull render. That'll carry over all the properties from it, the lighting, the logo, and all the materials down here. And the materials are what's going to give you all the colors. It's going to give you like patterns and stuff on whatever you place it on. So I'm just going to clear that out. Materials in this, they're a little bit more difficult to figure out. I still haven't really figured out actually how to do everything with them. But to make a new material, you just double click in that little gray box down here where I did, and then you double click on the new material. Pretty much there's a lot of different things over here. You can play with the colors. Click on the color thing and you can set it to, I don't know, like a yellow. You can tone down the brightness if you want to, just to make it a little bit more dull. Diffusion, let's see what that does. I still haven't experimented with all the things in this. Luminance, that'll make it like give off a light kind of deal. So transparency, obviously you can see through a reflection. It'll reflect other objects off of it. As you can see there's like that little reflection now. Reflection is always a good thing in this kind of program, you know, because I mean it just kind of helps give like the thing a more real feel. Environment, I'm not sure what that does. Fog, it'll put a fog over it. I'm not sure what most of these other things do. Glow is pretty basic. Uncheck the material color and you can give whatever glow you want to. Say I want it to be a red glow and I want to tone it down to about 52. And it'll have a red glow to it. So we're going to use that in a little bit. Just keep playing around with that. Now, what most of you guys are going to want to be doing, you're going to be making like a little, like a banner or some kind of signature, some text or something. So what you're going to want to do for that, you got all this stuff up here. You want to go to MoGraph. And you're going to go down and you're going to grab MoText. And once that pops up, it'll be just 3D text. So just wait for that to come out. So as you can see there, just got this 3D text right here now, and I can play around with that. I can change the height on it, make it bigger. I can align it into the middle once that goes away. I can change the font on it, which my thing will stop responding when I open up my fonts. Let's see. There it is. Yeah, so then you can choose whatever font. The spacing, choose how much space is between each of the things, and especially with this font, I need more spacing because it condenses them really, really bad, and you don't want your stuff overlaying. You can change the depth of it, and if I change the depth to say 100 here, you'll see it gets a lot more thick in the middle, right there, as compared to what it was before. So Then you got like all the properties of this thing. Pretty much you're just going to be playing around with objects and caps most of the time. So the caps, most people just change it to fillet cap, and then so it like kind of rounds it off, makes it look a little bit better. The steps is how complex it's going to be, how many like bends it's going to be using to make that, and it just kind of smooths it out a little bit as compared to what it was before, which was at 1. And I'll just show you all what that looks like really quick. So as you can see, it's kind of like, it's more like blocky. But if you want to put an outline on it, you just keep these at caps, and then you just duplicate the layer, copy paste it, and then you put on fillets with 5 steps on it, and that'll leave the same effect, except now you can have 2 different colors. So I can have say a yellow and a purple, and then bam. So there's that. And actually I want to see what this material looks like on this now. So we'll just click that in, and there'll be a red glow around it. See, like that. So that looks pretty cool. This stuff's pretty easy to do. I'll get more into complicated stuff later. I'm going to explain this keyframe stuff down here, so if you want to start making banners, you can do that. So what you're going to need to do, you're going to need an object selected, and I'm going to first group these. So if you want to group them, just to like make them together, just right click them and go down and click group object, and then it'll change it to, it'll say null, but you can just change the name of that to, I don't know, text. And you got your frames down here. That's how long the thing is actually going to last while you're doing it. So to do some animations, what you're going to need to do, you're going to need to click this little button here. It looks like a key with a circle around it. So you click that, and that's going to like place it there for now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom out here, and I'm going to go over here and up into this corner. And what I want to do, I want to move this forward, and I want it to take 70 frames for this text to go from down there to up here. And then I'm going to click that again, and now it's going to travel like that. So I'm going to go back to the beginning, and as you can see, it's moving. It'll move by itself. It moves with how many frames you selected for it to do. And always remember when you're doing animations that you have to move the keyframe before you move the actual like object, because if you just stuck this down here with this over here, it wouldn't have done anything once you tried to actually like get it to animate. So what this does now, it will go up to here, and then it'll move down. So it's pretty easy stuff to do until you get into the like more ridiculous things. Flooring, you could add a floor in just to kind of give it a little better feel, kind of, I guess. Say I want the floor to just be, I don't want it to be that here. I'll make the floor this thing right here. So not that. There. So what that does, that'll just put that over the entire floor. All you have to do is just drag it onto the object. You could also drag it onto there like that, and it'll do the same thing. So these buttons up here, this is your render settings. This is going to be what its output, what it's saving as, and all that kind of stuff. If you're doing animations, you need to select it to all frames. I don't know if you've seen my other banner videos. That's important, or else it's not going to save all the frames in there. It's just going to do one. Alpha channel, that's if you're making like a signature or something for your BHL profile. That'll make that will have like no background in it, so it'll be like a render of whatever you're making. And PNG, you have to have PNG if you're using alpha channel. And we'll say I'm just going to save this into the random stuff area, and this will be tutorial 1. So there's that. Output, I'm just going to set this to current frame now because that's all I want it to be. You can change the resolution of it, how big you want it, how wide you want it, all that kind of stuff. This is the quick render button right here. What it'll allow to do is that'll just give you like a quick idea of what it's going to look like when you actually do the full render of the object. So What I want to do, I want to go like a little bit beneath this thing, and I want to do the quick render just to see what it looks like. As you can see, it reflects down here because this has reflective properties on it, and it just kind of looks really like basic right now, kinda. So if you want to add some like actual lighting in, you just click the little light bulb button, then there's all kinds of stuff you could do with it. I generally just use this light tool. It's really simple, really easy to use. I think it's just one of the better ones if you're just trying to get like a quick lighting effect in there. The shadows will be accurate. As you can see, there's no light over there, there's light over here. I'll try to exhibit that a little bit more with this view. So then do quick render. Always do quick renders when you're doing this because just to see what it looks like, because if you don't like what it looks like, and this could be deceiving, so always do quick renders when you're doing your projects. As you can see, it's darker over here than it is over here. The lights are accurate for where they are. C4D does all that stuff for you. It's really nice. So that's all for this video, I think. That's just kind of the basics of what this all means and what it all is for. So I'll catch you guys in the next video, and I'll see you around.